Claim is not on point. Who does that get escalated to? What happens? What gets involved? This happens. All right, we're going to talk today about how to build your claims process. And there's a couple questions that we always like to ask agencies when we're working on the claims process. The first one is proactive, reactive, right? So people call you with claims, which is awesome. That's definitely one of the reasons why you need a claims process. But there's a lot of people who will call the carrier. And so we always recommend that if you're going to have a claims process, you have to hit both angles, which means somebody will need to go out to the company website and scan those and check them and make outbound calls. Remember, this is the only time someone's using your product. And if they don't think of you to call in that claim, they may be very confused on your relationship. And we think that you're best served versus the company in handling that. You will need to identify that process and make sure everybody's tight and right there. The next is if somebody calls in, who takes those claims calls? Some agencies will have a claims person. Some will go to an account manager. Some claims are not licensed. You have to make those decisions. And whoever is going to take those calls needs training and they need scripts. And I say this because it's unbelievable how sometimes we forget that the average Joe doesn't take claims every day. They don't understand how it works. So what ends up happening, unfortunately, is somebody gets on the phone and they've taken their 200th claim this year, and they're not maybe as empathetic as they should be. Most people who have had claims, it's very rare. So this is new, uncharted territory for them. And they're looking for guidance and looking for someone to hold their hand, which we can do. Make sure whoever's taking claims understands that and has scripts like, are you okay? Are you in a safe place? Tell us what happened. The next thing is, and we believe pretty strongly on this, this is different for every company. So somebody out there will leave me a message, well, this company doesn't allow it. That's great. I'm saying plan A would be to do this. Plan B, based on the company or other parameters, you got to do something different. But we believe in the warm transfer to companies. And the reason I believe in the warm transfer to carriers is I don't want the person to talk to me, repeat themselves, give me everything, and I have to call the company because the claims adjuster is going to ask them the same information. We'd like to believe that the best thing that we can do is get it to the company as quick as possible with a warm transfer. Your next step is you have to determine is follow-up. How often are you following up? And we like to say you probably need to make sure that the claims adjuster has been in contact 2 to 3 days later, and then maybe every 2 weeks until the claim is closed with a survey at the end. Remember, this is an opportunity for you to win referrals. It's an opportunity to win Google reviews. It's also an opportunity to make sure that somebody's satisfied. If they're not, you want to be as proactive and reach out as quick as possible on that. The other component with claims is we have to identify what happens if something goes off the rails, right? Off track. Claim is not on point. Who does that get escalated to? What happens? What gets involved? This happens. Many carriers have younger claims staff and their guidelines on claims are changing rapidly. So it's really important that you identify who's going to take this on because you don't want to be in a situation at all where somebody that's maybe at the desk level should be escalating something and it's not. That's when claims go really awry, really scary, really not good. That's the steps to make sure you have a great claims process. And our new course on 10 ridiculously amazing insurance processes is out there to help you build your claims process. We've got that with role-playing videos. We have a whole process document questions that you need to ask yourself. So this could be a whole team building event over the course of 2023. Yes, that's when I'm shooting this video, but on how to make sure every process in your agency is nailed down and everybody understands the purpose of it. So that's our story. Go get yourself a claims process.